Hello students, as we have begun with the revision and have finished with chapter number 11, that is cell structure and microorganisms. Today we will revise chapter 12, the muscular system and digestive system in human beings. So we will be revising this lesson today. So please see to it that you pay careful attention to the explanation. Now, let us observe the human organ system. We have different organs in our body like the stomach, kidney, pancreas, heart, lungs, liver and the intestines. So our body is basically made up of organs. Then first part of the lesson is the muscular system. Okay, when you close your fist tightly and you bend your arm at the elbow, like in the picture you can see, when you try to show out muscles, what you do? You close your fist tightly and then you bend your elbow, and that is when you try to show up your muscles. Now, if you try to feel the upper part of your arm with your fingers or with your hands, what will you experience? You will experience a little of hardness in the upper arm. So that means this fleshy part consists of muscles. So muscles contract and relax as different parts of our body move. So as we move our parts of the body, we have got a lot of muscles in our body. Okay, so as we move the parts of our body, some of our muscles contract and some of them relax. Now, muscles give our body a specific shape and posture. Muscles are bundles of fiber that can contract and relax as required. Now, your body has got a particular structure, so that structure is given to you by your muscles. And muscles are also bundles of fiber that help to contract and relax as and when it is required. If one contracts, the other one relaxes, and if the other one contracts, the other one relaxes. So that is how it works for the muscles. Then muscles are firmly attached to the bones by means of tendons. Now let us see what are tendons. Now in the picture, can you see the white portion? They have mentioned that as a tendon. So it is attached to your bone by the mean of a tendon. So your muscles are all attached to your bones. Okay, so that is how you have the muscular system being formed over your skeletal system. Then when muscles contract, there is a movement at the joint of the bones, and the bones move either nearer or away from each other. So we can see in this picture what is happening. One is moving when he closes his hand with the dumbbell. That time the muscles are moving away from the bone, and the moment you relax it, you can see that the muscles are moving closer to the bone. Okay, so that is what depends on the hardness of the muscle and all that. So that means when muscles contract, there is a movement at the joint and the bones move either nearer or away from each other. So first one, you can see that the muscles have contracted, and in the second one you can see that the muscles have relaxed. Okay, so when one muscle contracts, the other muscle relaxes. Okay, so that is how the function of the muscles work. Now, there are more than 600 muscles in the human body. So in your body, you have at least more than 600 muscles in your body. So you can imagine how many muscles are there in each individual's body. So muscles contribute almost 40% of the weight of a healthy adult human being. Okay, so the 40% of your body's weight is taken by your muscles, and then it is your fats and all that is added. Okay, now there are about 30 muscles in the human face. You might have never even thought of it, that you have got so many muscles in your face. You can see your face muscles in the picture. All the orange color portion is your different face muscles. Our eyes, mouth and nose are encircled by small muscles. That means they are surrounded by small muscles. Now your expressions that you show on your face, like happiness, sadness, fear, all these are expressed by these muscles. Okay, even fear is expressed by the movement of these muscles on the face. So when you move when you're happy, you smile, right? So your muscles are moving, and that is how your expression is seen on your face. Okay, so your expressions are taken care by the muscles. Now let us see what are voluntary muscles. Now, what can you see in this picture? This child is running, but they have only shown you the muscular body. Then, making of a clay pot. You are using your hands to make the clay pot. Then, what is Mr. Bean doing over here? He is eating. Okay. Now, let us see with these examples, how is it related to voluntary muscles? Muscles used in these actions are called as voluntary muscle. That means working with your hands, or walking, running or eating, all these functions are depending on our will. That is, if we want to walk, we will put our muscles in action. If we want to work, we will put our muscles in action. And if we want to eat, we will put our muscles in action. So it is depending on our wish, on our will. When we want to move our muscles, we can move. If we don't want to eat, we will not move our muscles. If we don't want to walk, we will not move our muscles. Okay, so as per our wish and as per our will, when the muscles are used, that is what you call as voluntary muscle. So basically, voluntary muscles is nothing but you are moving your muscles as and when you want to move it. Okay, so for example, muscles in the arms and the legs are voluntary muscles. So your hands and legs, when do you move them? Do they move on their own? No. When you want to move your hands and legs, then only your hands and legs will move. So that is what you call as voluntary muscles. Now, what are involuntary muscles? It will definitely be the opposite of voluntary muscles. Now, example, that is breathing, your inhalation and exhalation. Do you inhale and exhale, or it happens by itself? These are your vital functions. They happen by themselves. You cannot stop your inhalation, because if you stop breathing, what will happen? You will start getting suffocated. So these are involuntary muscles, where even in your subconscious mind, or even when you are sleeping, they are still functioning for you. Okay, so that is your inhalation and exhalation. Then the second example is your digestion. Digestion takes place by itself. These are vital functions. They are essential for your life. They are not dependent on your will. Whether you wanted your food to get digested, then only it will get digested. No, it is your system that has to complete that function. It is essential for your life. So if you like it or you don't like it, if you want to or if you don't want to, still that particular function will be performed. Then your blood circulation. Can you stop the circulation of your blood? No, you cannot. You cannot do this as per your own will. Like how hands and legs, if you don't want to move, you will not move. But your blood circulation and all these things you can't stop. Why? Because they are essential for your life. Breathing, digestion, blood circulation, all these are essential for your life. So they do not depend on our own will. So that means they do not depend on our own will. The muscles of organs which carry out involuntary functions are called involuntary muscles. So that means these are the muscles which do not depend on our will. They will still function even if we do not want them to, or you can say they will still function in your subconscious mind. That means functions of organs like stomach, intestine, heart are carried out in the fixed manner are called as involuntary muscle. That is your heart when it is pumping blood or when your heart is beating. Can you stop that? You cannot. Okay, so that is what you call as involuntary muscles. And voluntary is as per your will. When you want to move, you will move. And involuntary is it does not depend on your own will. Now let us see what are the three types of muscles. First one, skeletal muscle. Now what is skeletal muscle? The two ends of these muscles are attached to different bones. That means you can see in this, the two ends of the muscles are attached to two different bones. That is what you call as skeletal muscles. That means examples of the muscles of your arm and your leg. So this is your arm. Can you see in the picture they have shown you very clearly that the muscles are attached to two different bones. Now their movements are voluntary. Voluntary means you move your hand as per your own wish or you move your legs as per your own wish. Then they are also responsible for holding the bones of the skeleton together and giving the shape to our body. So your skeletal system is covered with your muscular system which gives a proper shape to your body. So this is what is skeletal muscles. Now let us see what is heart or cardiac muscles. These muscles bring about contraction and relaxation, that is the beating of the heart. You know that when you keep your hand on your chest, you can definitely feel that your heart is beating. So there is contraction and there is relaxation. Okay, and how is it done? It is done with the help of your cardiac muscles. Cardiac meaning heart. So that is your heart muscles. So their movement is involuntary. Involuntary because you cannot stop the beating of your heart as per your wish. Suppose you say, okay, today I am tired, I will not breathe. Will your heart stop functioning? No. It will still function. So that means it does not depend on your own will. So cardiac muscles cause our heart to relax and contract continuously at a rate of about 70 times per minute. So per minute it has at least 70 times of contraction and relaxation. That is the function of your heart muscles. Now in the picture you can clearly see the muscles. It has been magnified and it has also been shown you along with your heart. Now what are smooth muscles? These muscles are present in the internal organs other than the heart. Why other than the heart? Because your heart already has got cardiac muscles. Okay, so your heart has already got the muscles that it requires. So your heart, besides the heart, all the other internal organs are that are there. They have these kind of smooth muscles. Example, muscles of the stomach, intestine, blood vessels, uterus, etc. Okay, so your internal organs which are there have all got some smooth muscle cells. Okay, so these movement are involuntary and slow. Involuntary again, you cannot help these muscles move, they will still move as per their own wish or as per your wish. No, it will still move by themselves. They do not depend on your will whether you want to move them, because you don't control the function of your internal organs. Okay, it is definitely they are doing their own work. So the smooth muscles also, they move, but they move very slowly. Do you feel your stomach moving? No, correct, you don't feel your stomach or any of your organs of the body moving. Okay, so that is why these movements are involuntary and they are slow. Various vital functions of our body, of which we remain quite unaware, are carried out by these special muscles. Okay, so various vital functions of our body which we remain quite unaware are carried out by these special muscles. So these special muscles, by whatever bodily functions are there, which we are not aware about, which we do not know what is happening inside our body, these are carried out by your smooth muscles. So I hope all the three types of muscles are clear. First one we seen was the skeletal muscle, second we seen was the cardiac muscle, and the third we seen was the smooth muscle. So skeletal muscle was two parts of two are attached to two ends, of which they are attached to two different bones. Then cardiac muscles, it brings about your contraction and relaxation, and your smooth muscles, they are present in your internal organs besides the hearts or other than the heart. Then muscles in our body always work in groups. When some muscles contract, other muscles of the same group relax. Okay, can you see in the photo over there down, or in the video you can say, they have shown you that when one muscle is contracting, that means the top muscle is contracting, the lower muscle relaxes. Okay, so now then we will see after that what are biceps and what are triceps. Always remember, when one muscle contracts, now if the top muscle, when you fold your elbow, you know that the top muscle has become hard, so that muscle has contracted, and the lower muscle that is below your arm, that muscle relaxes. Okay, so now when some muscles contract, other muscles of the same group relax. This is how muscles help in the proper performance of various functions of our body. The muscles on the front of the bone in our upper arm is called as the biceps. That is in the picture you can see, that is in the video you can see that the biceps are the ones which have got contracted. That is what you call as biceps. That means your muscles on the front of the bone in our upper arm. So when you try to show your muscles, that is basically you are showing your biceps, and what is on the lower portion or at the back is, it is called as your triceps. So if biceps contract, triceps will relax. So the muscles on the front of the bone in our upper arm is called as the biceps, and the muscles at the back is called as the triceps.